Flopping excited to have Fidelma Greene, business consultant and coach, chatting to me today on the Business Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining me, Fidelma.
Oh, you're welcome, Elaine. Delighted to be here and looking forward to our chat.
Oh, me too, me too. I'm going to
Yeah.
jump straight in because I really find that there's so many businesses out there who just need to know, okay, is everybody in the same position as me, or they want to learn from people who are a few steps ahead of us. And so this is why I just do this business spotlight here so that people can be inspired. And I know that they're going to be inspired by you because you do things so differently, which is what I want to chat about today.
Yeah. Okay.
So tell me, let's start at the beginning. Why did you decide to start your business?
Okay. You know, at that moment when you get the idea that it's a good idea to set up your business and get out there and do something that you've never done before. And I got that idea while I was in corporate in my job. It actually happened when I was in India on a contract for 2.5 years, and coming to the end of it, I kept getting this nudge. It's time to make a change, Fidelma. And I was saying, okay, what kind of change? So the idea kept coming. So to fast forward then, after about a year after that initial thought, I think it was on a flight from Bangalore up to Delhi that I got that initial thought. And I was there back in Ireland after the contract was over and made redundant. And then the opportunity came. Take the leap, do something different. So I retrained as a coach and started that journey. So that was my idea, and that's where I got the initial inspiration. A good place to get it in India, like.
Yeah, that actually is fascinating because I was listening to a blog this morning, a podcast this morning, and the lady talked about like times when you have space to think. And one of the times that she said that she does her best thinking and just being inspired is on a flight because we don't have anybody asking things of us. That is fascinating. Wow. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's explore a little bit about your clients and how you work with them because I always think it tells a lot about how you serve people depending on what your clients say happens to them when they work with you. So can you tell me a little bit about that? What do they say happens when they start to work with you?
They start to get clarity, and clarity is so important in being able to set the foundation for yourself in your business. And when you're in that confusion and not knowing what your next steps are, to have somebody there with a non-judgmental, supporting and encouraging and inspiring them to actually do things that they have wanted to do before and just didn't have the courage or couldn't see the steps. And it's helping them and guiding them to actually be able to put their next steps in place and that plan in place. And
Amazing.
then helping them to implement it as well.
Wow, gosh, that is fantastic. So tell me, is there a common issue that crops up when you're working with them?
The common issue is unconscious limiting beliefs, old stories, fears, and that's a theme. It's like my earlier career was in programming and wiring, computers and all that, and setting up systems. And then to bring those skills and transfer them into my business, I help people now to rewire their thinking and their beliefs. So it's like a reprogramming. And I had to go through the journey myself. So it's only when you really feel it at a deep level yourself that you can actually understand and have empathy with other people who are going through the same process that I've just come through myself over the last few years. And my own struggles. So I can see the struggles, I can identify with them and create that space, that sacred space for them to actually face their fears and be willing to do the inner work. And it's because there's inner and outer work within the programs that I offer. So it helps them to do both.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. I find it that's so fascinating because every business coach is different,
Yeah.
but we have to work on our inside. We have to do the work in the inner gym, don't we, before we can step into success. Or even at the same time as we are stepping into success, we have to be making sure that what's on the inside is in tune with all of that, isn't it?
It is. And it's like it's a process, and it's a willingness to do it and to walk the talk. Because when you train as a coach, and I suppose I'm nearly 20 years, I'm 20 years in business this year. So it's like when I trained as a coach initially, it was like I started off doing the pro bono. I had to start off afresh, like, and after doing 18 years of my earlier career, that was a big challenge, and to think that I had to start learning new techniques. I was good at coaching already in my earlier career, but I had to adapt it in a different way and start looking at my own limitations and what was getting in my own way. So it's exciting and challenging at the same time.
Yeah, gosh, I
Yeah.
love it. Okay, well then tell me, what part of your business do you enjoy the most?
I love connecting with people who are passionate and really feel that they have a purpose, that calling, that inner calling, and helping them to bring that idea into reality. To kind of, and it's a step-by-step process, because people think they have to do the whole thing straight away, but it's helping them to break that down into projects and smaller chunks, and really helping them to see the pathway ahead of them.
That is
Yeah.
good. Yeah, because one of my old former colleagues used to say when we would get a big project in, she would say, "Well, Elaine, how do you eat an elephant?" And we'd say one bite at a time, and we'd be like, "Exactly, let's go for this,"
Yeah.
And yeah, when you're starting out a business, um, and you've got all this different advice coming at you, it can be hard to know what to do first, can't it?
It can, and I had experienced that myself when I got support from mentors initially. After about 10 years of my business, I decided, oh, I need to market myself more now, because I was lucky. I got projects over the first few years through referrals and through my network. And then I decided, oh, I want to expand, I want to grow, and there's no better tool than run your own business as a growth way, a way to grow yourself, because you have to kind of go through the steps yourself, you know. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I love it. Okay, well then that's fascinating what you just said because I do think like running your own business, it really does like put your whole being under pressure, like your spirit, your resilience.
Yeah,
You have to mind your health. You have to really cherish yourself if you're going to grow a business. So tell me, then who do you look to? Like, so who inspires you in business?
I look at the women who I've met along the way, who are growing their businesses, who are getting out there and doing it in a different way. Because leadership to me before was a certain mindset and a certain way of being. And probably I never saw myself as a major leader when I was in corporate, but I was a leader. I was a project manager. I was a leader of departments. I ran major projects. So seeing yourself as a leader, and because women are modeling it in a different way now and doing things that haven't been done before, it's like it's a whole new arena. And we're breaking through that glass ceiling and breaking through the old way of what was possible for women in business, setting up their own business, growing it, and being able to make a difference as well with it, and to model it for our younger generation that's coming ahead behind us.
Yeah, we have to see it to believe it.
You know,
Okay, fine. We have to believe it. Like we know we've done the inner gym work. So you and I know that we need to believe it. But the people who are coming up behind us, they need to see it. I think society needs to see it, don't they? So that then they can then do their own inner gym work and believe it themselves.
exactly. And it's one thing to know the theory and it's another thing to practice it, but it's another stage to actually embody that. So there are 3 stages nearly: being aware of what all this new information about your business, then practicing it, and then really embodying it and living from it. And that's how I support my clients. So it's not a, oh, come on this course for 1 week and I'll fix you and you'll be wonderful and blah, blah, blah. That's not it. There's no false promises here. You have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and get in there and do the work.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
fun. I bring a lot of lightheartedness into my work and a lot of fun, along with the practical and the spiritual side as well. So it's like a combination of all of that together to help you on that journey.
Brilliant. Oh, that is so good. Okay, you touched on it a little bit before where you said that initially you got lots of referrals and projects came your way, but then there came a point in time where you needed to step out and start marketing your business. So my next question to you is like thinking about your experience, what advice would you give a new business owner on how to find clients?
Okay, especially if you're setting up a purposeful business and wanting to make a difference and to feel fulfilled in the business yourself, I really recommend having a mentor that is aligned with purpose, with that same mindset. And as I discovered myself in my journey, that I was highly sensitive. So I process information differently. Highly sensitive leaders process information and learn differently. So it's being able to find a mentor and a coach that's going to support you on that journey. Because if you don't, it's experience, like you're going to end up maybe in the beginning, maybe picking somebody that isn't aligned, like happened to me. And it's like at the end of the year, I was kind of going, oh my God, what was that all about? I have loads of information, but it just didn't land in the way that to help me to move forward. And it's not about blaming anybody. It's just saying, okay, that was a lesson I learned. And now what will I do differently the next time when I'm hiring a coach or a mentor? And understanding being highly sensitive, 20% of the world are wired differently and are highly sensitive. And the other 80%, it's not that one is right or wrong, but we're just wired differently. So we feel things at a much deeper level. We are very empathic. We're very intuitive. Highly sensitive people can really read things that other people can't see, maybe in the situation. And that was a gift I had all through my whole career. And I thought everybody could see what I could see in situations and how to solve problems, but they didn't. So now I've really learned how to value that as well. And I help my clients to value. So if they're struggling with self-doubt or struggling with fears about being visible, I help them with that struggle so that they can really learn to embrace their intuition and their empathy and all those skills that they have and those strengths they have, and getting out of their own way so they can actually lead from those strengths in their business.
Oh, that is brilliant. Yeah, like I'm so glad. And you know what? To be honest with you, that is one of the reasons I really wanted to talk to you today. I'm so glad you touched on it because I feel that, and you also spoke about glass ceiling. I feel that everyone is out there saying, like, this is the silver bullet, this is the silver bullet, this is the silver bullet. There's no flipping flopping silver bullet. There isn't. Like, I want it shouted out loud. There's no silver bullet. Like, we all have a space in this world. There is a teacher for everybody, and each person brings something different, and each person needs to hear the exact same information that you deliver or I deliver or somebody else delivers, but in a way that they can hear it because they are different.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad you touched on that because I just feel that we don't talk about it enough, that it's
Yeah,
okay to have a different teacher.
it takes courage to really be vulnerable and to say these things out. Like, I may have said them in different ways along the way, but now having experienced it and really felt it and embodied it and still learning though, Elaine, every day is a learning day
Me
in
too.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's not like you just reach the top of the mountain and say, oh, no, I'm done. I'm sorted in my business. It's not like that.
It's so true. I'm part of a money mindset group, and the leader says, new level, new devil. And it's so true. New level, new devil.
Yeah.
You just have different challenges that then you get sent to go, I thought I had dealt with that, but actually, no.
Yeah.
I
There's
need to do
more
it
to
again.
be unraveled.
So true, isn't it? So true. So true.
But in our challenges are our gifts.
Yes, I'm behind you. Yes, 100%. It's like, it gives us an opportunity to just go, okay, I could handle that better. We're just fine tuning the whole time, and it's
Yeah.
okay to fine tune the whole time. Like, like you say, it's okay to never get to the end of that journey. Like, how boring
It's
would
a
that
myth.
be?
It's a myth that you
Yeah.
actually, yeah,
It
yeah,
is a myth.
it is.
We need to just get that message out there. Like, it's bullshit,
It
We
is.
need
It
to
is.
just be honest and go, no,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be sensitive. It's okay to have a different way to lead. That's okay,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't have to be the prescribed way. Um,
Yeah. You can
okay.
be both sensitive and strong. That's how I see myself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You can be both
Yeah.
and yeah, you can be both struggling with something, but also really good at part of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's so fascinating. And this question, I'm really looking forward to asking it to you because you've had such a wealth of experience. Um, when you're working with somebody or even in your own business and you're like, okay, well, I want to get to the next level. Like, how does that look? What kind of advice or what do you follow in terms of supporting somebody to get to the next level?
It's back to that clarity. What do you want? What does the next level look like to you? And really digging into that and allowing yourself to look at possibilities maybe that you haven't even thought of and going beyond the limitations. So it's like you coach them through that and help them to get that clarity. And it's for myself as well. Like going to the next level is I'm having to lean in to that discomfort of visibility, of putting yourself out there, feeling vulnerable, sharing parts of yourself that maybe you've never shared before.
Yeah.
For me to come on, I've talked about how being highly sensitive in my blogs and in different interviews before, but it's like now it's at a deeper awareness. And I know that there's people out there like me who had struggled or are struggling being visible in a new capacity. It was fine. It may be in their earlier career, but now it's like putting yourself out there and saying, this is what I do, this is how I support people, and this is how I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's amazing, honestly. Yeah, and I love that that's what you've said. You know what I mean? Like, because it depends on the level. Like, sometimes in business, the next level isn't necessarily monetary or revenue. Sometimes it's actually, okay, well, how can I stay here but get something different out of life? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
being a high achiever myself all my life, it was like, oh, when I was starting on my business, I was like, oh yeah, I want to build an empire. I don't want to build an empire. I did think I wanted to build an empire when I started. What's an empire to me is might be totally different to what an empire is to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
want peace and abundance, and that's what I want to help support my clients to get, and that's what they open themselves up to wherever they're at in their own journey. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. That sounds good. Okay, then I'm so dying to ask you this one. What strategy did you try, but then in hindsight just go, no? I bet there's a few.
Well, there are selling the old way. Yeah, it just didn't work for me. And I had to rewire my own thinking about sales and be comfortable in selling. And I suppose I tried to sell in a way somebody else was teaching me, and it just didn't work because I was actually knocking on the wrong doors, you know. But that was a process, that was a learning. And part of that journey now, I can see I was trying to just follow the guide, follow the instructions, rather than questioning it. Am I knocking at the right door?
Yeah.
So that was the biggest lesson I had.
Yeah. And talk to me a bit more about that. Like, so what is like the old way of selling? Just because I think that this is a big issue for many people. So I just want to dig deeper on that. Like, tell me a bit more about what that looked like for you.
It was coming from a place of lack. It was coming from a place of fear. It was coming like, I have to get this sale, blah, 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 to pay my bills, blah, blah, blah. Whereas coming from a place of, I'm here to serve, I'm here to support and help and empower leaders and women in business to actually find that clarity in themselves about who they truly are, getting out of their own way, and then sell. So, in a sales conversation today, it's not about pushing somebody to buy something because that doesn't work. That's the energy of pushing them away. It's about being able to hold the space and helping them to explore what it is they truly want and how we can work together and explore, is there a match? And it's a lot around an energetic match as well. Because if they're feeling that vibe of you that it's like, oh my God, I don't want to work with her because it's too pushy. And I don't want to be seen as pushy, but yet being direct and being able to be assertive, but still holding that space. It's more connecting with somebody from a soul level, nearly.
Yeah. 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 I love that. And I'm so glad we explored that because something that I've discovered on my journey is that we're taught to convince people, and particularly as I have an advertising background,
Mm.
some of the stuff that used to drive me bonkers was briefs that used to say stuff like, "We want to disrupt our target audience," and I just feel like, disrupt my ass. Like you can't disrupt somebody in their day. They're busy. Like that, you've got a product or a service. You're not going to disrupt them. Um, and so yeah, just saying to yourself, look, it's not about convincing somebody to buy from you. It's about giving them the space and asking enough questions. And like you say, seeing are you a match that then allows them the space to think and to ask, okay, how do you work? And then okay, this person, I like them. I think they're willing to do the work. And yeah, okay, I'm going to see what fits them. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a different way of approaching it. And
Yeah.
I think it's the
And it
right way.
also gives an opportunity to have that two-way conversation without that pressure. It gives an opportunity for me to tap into my own heart and say, am I able to serve this person? Am I the best person? Is there an alignment here between myself and the prospect? Can I support them? And if not, if it's a no, well, I'm happy to refer them on to somebody else who I think would be a better fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Love it. Love it. Um, Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit about me now, and then I'm going to reach out to you. Because part of my passion is connecting with people. Um, I just feel like it's so important, really, for me, maybe not for others. But I feel particularly as we step into a new era of um, AI and efficiencies and all of that. that we actually need to come back to that human connection. And anytime I don't follow that, it doesn't work. Anytime I go, yeah, okay, connection and actually getting to know somebody properly and seeing how I can help them. And like you said, and if I'm not the fit, then who is? That works for me in my business. Does that affect your business? Like, is connection important to you? How does it
It's
come up?
really key. It is definitely. There has to be some connection at some level for me to be able to, to connect with that person and to be able to explore opportunities, whether it's a collaboration, whether it's, when you're out networking, even it's being able to find people in your tribe that are on the same wavelength, that want the same things and don't have to be exactly the same, but it's like they're into growth and they're into development and they're really serious about making a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Again, I'm just being so selfish and talking about myself again.
That's okay, Elaine.
My mantra is act like a human on social media. Do you have a mantra for your business or for like, that you kind of step into?
It's like be that change, be the change that you want to see. So who do you need to become to actually step into it and put yourself out there?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
It's something I ask myself. And, anytime I'm going to a next level, it's like, yeah, like who do I need to become? And maybe it's actually, what do I need to let go of as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, I find here I go with my sweeping gender generalization. But anyway, I do feel women, because we play so many roles, and that's kind of been a way, generally speaking, that society brings us up, that we need, as I think, this is my personal opinion, that we need to learn to let go of more, and go, I'm not the best person for this, like,
Yeah.
like it's not always the right thing for me to do this. Oh, that's great advice. Thank you. Well, tell me, what is the dream for your business in the next year?
More peaceful abundance
More
and
peaceful.
helping and serving more women in business and leaders who really are open and willing to be supported and want to bring their ideas into reality and overcome that self-doubt and that struggle of doing it on their own. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, Fidelma, how do people work with you?
People can work with me on the Leadership Transformation Program. It does what it says on the can. It's like it helps them to transform whatever's going on for them and whatever they need in their business at this point to take them to that next level. And they can get on the program by applying for a business clarity call with myself. And in that call, I help them to explore what they want and what's getting in their way, and are we a fit to work together?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, listen, I'm so glad that you're talking to me today. Thank you so much for your time. And listen, if that appeals to you, I feel you have to reach out. I'm going to put the link around the video somewhere. I never know, where does it go? But I will share it in the details of this wonderful, wonderful interview. Thank you so much, Fidelma, for featuring on the Business Spotlight today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so grateful to you, Elaine, for this opportunity to share and to have this interview with you today.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Bye.